Hey everyone, this is Frugal Panda here. This is going to be a tour and review of the St. George's Castle. Now, St. George's Castle is located in Lisbon, Portugal. We visited this castle in the time frame of late 2022 into early 2023. Basically, we spent the holiday, the Christmas, all that holiday through New Year's in Portugal. So this is one of the first places. I think it was around one of the first places we actually visited. And I want to say we found this on accident because we basically just walked right into it. As you can see right here, these are the ticket prices. The ticket prices were fair. We didn't know what to expect, honestly. We stood in line. We walked to almost like a dead-end street. I don't think it was really a dead end. And we saw this castle, of course. Oh, we got to go to this castle. So we walked in. It was like, wow. I highly recommend if you're in Portugal, you're in Lisbon, go check out this actual castle right here. It is stunning. The views are stunning. Look at these views, everyone. Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal is a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city with a lot of character, a lot of things to do, great weather. I mean, it sits on the ocean. Castles galore all through the Portugal countryside too, of course. Now, this castle was built in around the 8th century, I believe, was the first actual human occupation was in that actual time frame. So it's been around a long time. It's actually a pretty important site. The conquistadors, the Christian Reconquista, the castle and the city of Lisbon were freed from the Moors in 1147. And, of course, this castle itself was transitioned between the Moors and the Portuguese people that took over after the 11th century, in the 11th century. So there's a little mix of, you can see Islamic, Moorish influence, of course, on the castle, and Christian or Portuguese Christian or Catholicism impacts and influences on the castle. Portugal is very interesting in that because you can see the influences of all these different people, groups of people that lived in this country. Now, as far as going around and checking it out, castle is huge. You can walk around the outer wall and all that good stuff, and these are where all these views are coming from. It's just the outer wall. The day we picked, honestly, was a perfect day. It was probably like low 60s, high 50s. I say low 60s. Beautiful, 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 beautiful trees. You know, all that good stuff. This area right here, this castle, it's in actual Lisbon itself. It's not like you got to travel outside the city or anything. No, this sits up on a hill. You can actually see it. So I want to say we actually saw it and we started just walking towards it. And if you know anything about Lisbon, Lisbon is a hilly city, of course, as you go away from the ocean. You know, so it gets kind of hilly and stuff. I'd say, I don't know, I'd probably say it's on par with Seattle in regards to how hilly the actual castle, how hilly the actual city is. You can go inside. There's things to see inside. They've taken a really good care of this castle and probably did quite a bit of restoration to it. It's very impactful going to this if you really like history. I highly recommend going to this. And if you just like looking at stuff and just checking out things in new countries or countries you haven't been to, this is a great place to go. Of course, there's all kinds of shops to eat at, you know, all that good stuff. Make sure you pay attention to where the bathrooms are. That was one thing. We had walked so much, and then all of a sudden we had to go to the bathroom because we've been out walking for like probably 2 hours or so checking out stuff, and we found the bathrooms. But make sure before you go in, locate the bathroom so you got an idea where they're at, so you don't have to backtrack if you have to go to the restroom or anything like that. It's one of the most distinctive monuments, of course, in Lisbon. It sits on the city's highest hill, and like I said, it dates back to the earliest human occupation they know of is like the 8th century, I believe. So it's really cool. It's called the Castle of St. George's, or Castelo de Jorge, I believe. I know Spanish and Portuguese are a little bit different in their pronunciation of stuff, so I'm probably messing it up. But it's the Castle of St. George in English, if you're curious. So if you're planning a trip to actual Portugal, this is the place I would definitely go to when I'm in the city. And around the city, there's tons of stuff. When we were actually done at the castle, we went across the street and got ice cream at a little gelato. I think that's what they call it there. And we got ice cream, and it was great. It was excellent. There are places to eat little snacks and stuff you can get while in there, little snack trucks or snack trailers. And we almost did, but I said, no, let's not do that. I want to try and do everything what we wouldn't do at home. You know, I don't want to eat at the zoo. I don't want to eat really in the castle. And we did actually at one castle we went to, which you'll see that video at a later date. But this one, I said, no, we're right in the middle of Lisbon. Let's go check out another new place. And that's what we did. We literally got ice cream right across the street from it. And then we went to a restaurant and sat down and listened to some nice live music. But the views up here are stunning. The ambiance of this castle area is beautiful. It's realizing that this castle has been through probably so many wars, so many fights and battles were fought here. But in actuality, how it sits now and where it's located, it's like really peaceful. Now, to get in, as you saw, there were long lines in the beginning. The line moves fast, and by the time we found out we could actually scan a barcode and just get our tickets and skip the line, it was too late. We were already up there. But the line moved pretty fast. Like I said, it was no big deal, everyone. But there is actually, if you watch the signs when you're up there, there'll be a barcode on it, and you can actually scan it and go ahead and just buy your tickets online and skip the line. But we didn't, and it was no big deal. There were a lot of people here, but it wasn't packed. I went to other castles, and it was really, really packed on the inside, and it kind of made it kind of lame in a way. But that was our fault. Some of them, because we didn't plan it right. We should have went to the castle on an off day when people had been at work, but we went on an actual holiday. So that was our fault more than anything. So we went with everyone else. So, and one of the things to know is plan everything according to, do you want to be around large groups of people in here? But it wasn't like packed where it was shoulder to shoulder. No, it wasn't. Nothing like that. People with mobility issues, things like that, there will be areas that will be difficult, likely for you. I did see some very elderly people walking around in different spots with their family and everything. But handicap accessible, there's areas that it just won't be possible. That's just to be honest. But there are areas you can go into, and especially when you go in the front entrance, the beautiful, I don't know what you call it, the grounds, just the castle grounds. If you had a wheelchair or anything like that, you wouldn't have any difficulty there. It's just trying to get up on the ramparts and the outer walls and all that stuff would definitely be difficult. Now, also be mindful, also if you have any mobility issues or any worries, if the stones are wet, be very mindful of your step. They use cobblestone and stuff like that in Lisbon. That's in the city itself and actually in the castle. Just be mindful. There's guardrails and stuff like that you can use and stuff. But no, it was beautiful, everyone. Like I said, go check this out. It was a great place to go visit. I'm really glad we did. I don't know which one. I think my favorite castle, if you saw one of my previous videos, is the Templars Castle. Because I like anything free, and it was free, and you only had to pay to go into the interior. But I've always been very interested in the Templars, so that was really cool to see an actual, Templar castle built for the Templars. So that was really cool. But this one itself is actually really great too. So it's I definitely say go see this, because just look at this. Look at the stuff you can see in here. And like I said, it was a perfect day. Go early, though. If it was summertime, it's going to, of course, be a lot hotter than what it was when we went. But then just go early in the morning and stuff. Like I said, I highly recommend checking out Portugal. I'll do a full review of Portugal itself, the actual country, and my thoughts of this country in regards to what I liked, what I disliked. And there's nothing, I'm going to tell you, there's nothing I disliked. There was things, I will say, maybe some frustrations. That might be it. Look at this, archaeological sites right here. I think this is the ones we're talking about that date back to like the 8th century. Like there's all types of people, of course, that came to Portugal back in the day, from the Romans, to, even more ancient people, and then the Moors. And then, later on, the Portuguese reclaimed their country. So as it was, I have nothing but good things to say about going here. It was very awesome to check out this place. It's look at just the architecture of the buildings and stuff. And it was hard to like capture everything in the camera because it's a castle. It's a serious castle and it's huge, you know. Yeah, just, you know, you just like, wow, how people built this type of stuff back in the day is pretty cool. So when we were there, like I said, also, if you go there, there's all types of people there from all kinds of countries, lots of different groups of people that run the gambit of not just Europe, but Africa, Arab countries, and also Asian countries that were going to check out this castle. So that was really cool. So it was also, so the site it actually started out as a Visigothic, or the Visigoths fortification. And then it went on and it fell to someone else in the 8th century. And then the Moors came along and they, you know, held this castle for about 700 years. So that was really cool. So if you're in Portugal, you're in Lisbon, by all means, go check this out. This is really great to go visit, have fun, take your family, go by yourself, go as a couple, whatever you want to do. But it's very inspiring to see stuff like this and how much these countries did in regards to, like, you know, our people did, just humans did, to build like castles and things like that. It's pretty awe-inspiring. Anyway, this is Frugal Panda. Thanks for watching. Like I said, this is the Castle of St. George in Lisbon, Portugal. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day.